All right, so this year we haven't done much racing, but we have done a whole bunch of Strava KOM attempts, and so I thought better time than ever to build a KOM specific bicycle.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what.
And so that's what we have here, my beautiful new addition, really excited about it. This is the Canyon Ultimate. I believe it's like a limited edition. Super lightweight, all like climbing type equipment. And so what do we have here? Starting off, Head was kind enough to send us some, in between, not super shallow, not super deep rims of the Vanquish 4s. I set them up tubeless with Vittoria Corsa Speed 2.0s. Really fast, probably like the fastest rims I think you'll ever find. Obviously we could maybe be a little bit lighter if we went shallower, but a lot of the KOMs that I do anyway aren't like completely uphill. Like the Mount Lemmon KOM has got a little bit of downhill sections to it, so it's kind of a good trade-off. I think at the 4 I was riding the Jet 6s on the previous attempt, so it's a little bit of an upgrade there. We've got, this is my first time riding SRAM, and I actually am really impressed. So this is a SRAM AXS 12 speed, and one interesting point that I never knew about SRAM stuff is it's all one piece. So this cassette is literally all one piece. I guess it saves some weight. The front chainring is all one piece as well. If anything, just a really cool kind of novelty. But from a gear ratio standpoint, this is a 48, and this is, I believe, 28 down to a 10. So plenty of gearing. I used this to climb Mount Lemmon 2 days ago, and it was definitely the most enjoyable experience I ever had, having such a wide gear ratio. Yeah. This is a Cork power meter here. I'm still using my Favaro SEO modulos just because I have power data from those, but eventually I'll probably swap these out and just go with a standard Shimano set or something of pedals and use the Cork meter. Interesting, it's also disc brake. This is my first disc brake bicycle as well, and I mean, absolute game changer when descending, and also even when I've taken it out on the path. Out back here, just in terms of, I don't know, confidence going into the corners, a little hotter. The frame itself is different geometry than the Aero Road. I did really like the Aero Road, but in terms of climbing geometry, I would say this is more ideal. That one's definitely more flatland, and so I find it much easier to get down into the drops and still push big power and not feel uncomfortable. So yeah, I really like that piece of it. Got this pretty insane Sella Italia C59. It's a carbon saddle. No expense has been spared on this one in terms of weight. I don't know if I'd recommend riding this one for anything other than a quick KOM attempt, because I rode it for 3.5 hours the other day and I'm still hurting because of it. So I think I'm going to swap that out for training purposes and just put it on for KOM attempts. I guess another interesting, when I climb the KOMs, I'll take the bottle cages off. Another thing that Talbot pointed out that's really interesting about this SRAM stuff is, in one of my races this year, my front derailleur died for whatever reason, and the nice part about this setup is if that happened to me using this this brand, I'd be able to take the battery out of this, or rather the opposite. If my rear died, I'd be able to take one of these batteries out, whichever one dies, I guess, that you need more, and swap it into the back. So It would be more of the back died, I guess. Got the Wahoo Element Roam. Put that to the test a couple days ago, climbing Mount Lemmon. Really nice, really big screen, color picture, you know, really engaging. So that's a nice upgrade. This thing, with all the current setup, like I said, I would take the bottle cages off. If I really wanted to get stupid, I could swap out these power pedals and put on my just, you know, Shimano Dura-Ace pedals. But with this current setup, the whole thing is 16 pounds. So a couple pounds savings from my previous setup. And it's not, I mean, the savings, of course, is important when it's getting down to the wire, like some of these KOMs are starting to get, like that Mount Lemmon one is getting pretty steep. But as well, I think the geometry, I mean, this is the one I think the guys on the tour tend to use for climbing purposes. You'd use the Aero Road more on a flatland rolling stage, but if you're going straight up a mountain, I think I would choose this one. It just has a different, has a more, I think, climbing type geometry, which is obviously really good for the KOMs. So that's my new beauty. My question to you is, what do you think I should do with it next? What KOM should I do next with it or go for?
Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding